In today's video, what we cover is going to help you dissolve identification with the mind. What does it mean to identify with the mind? It means that our sense of identity, our sense of what I am, who I am, is mixed with the thinking. And not only that, the ideas that the thinking projects, the concepts, the images that are the content of that thinking, we take ourselves to be. Thinking creates a self-image, an idea about the person that I am, the life that I live, the world, what life is. And all of these ideas we believe to be true. We believe that we have a great sense of conviction in. We believe them to be what I am. This is what we're going to be dissolving today because it is the key to spiritual awakening. Let me read out today's question for you, which we're going to be going deeper on, which is going to help you with this subject. So this question is by Pastel Vibe, and it is a question that was posted in one of my recent videos on a similar subject. So the question is, in terms of mind, I can see two aspects, thoughts and thinking. So how I see thoughts is that they come from the brain and they are sometimes positive, sometimes negative, sometimes random, sometimes very exaggerating. Thinking is sometimes how we engage with those thoughts, and we feel like we do the thinking. I feel like we can't control our thoughts. Example, don't think about monkeys, we get more monkey thoughts. So thinking feels as if it is done by me. I could disidentify from my thoughts, but I feel very attached with the thinking, meaning I feel like I do the thinking. Is thinking also done by the mind? I could disidentify with the thoughts easily, but when I think, I feel like I am thinking. When I am aware, I get no thoughts, but my mind mostly takes over and I feel less aware and am more entangled with the mind. I have just started to meditate and I'm confused with this. Okay, wonderful. Well, I'm happy that you have started to meditate, because without you learning to sit down silently within yourself, your sense of identity will always be mixed up with the thinking. And if you, from this standpoint, avoiding silence, continue to engage more and more in spiritual teachings, learning more and more concepts, you will begin to maybe understand a few things, but as long as the sense of identity is at the level of thinking, it will do you no good. It is only when we sit silently within ourselves that our sense of identity, I am, begins to automatically separate from the thinking. So you see, your confusion that you portray in this message, in this question, somewhere within it, within this question, there is an idea that I can be free from this through more thinking. I need to understand something, or I need to further think about this topic. I need to further differentiate what to do, how to do it, how to separate mind, and all of these things. We feel like the more of that I do, the more I can figure this out mentally, the more I will understand this. However, that is not true. And that is one of the most important things, the most important lessons you can learn on this spiritual journey. That it is not more thinking that you need. It is learning to be in that silent awareness where you said just now, thoughts are nowhere to be found. You said, when I become aware, there's no thinking, there's no thoughts. That is exactly where you need to spend more time, because that awareness that you feel, that you sense, that is clearly here, right? With which you know thoughts, is from where that sense of identity arises, that sense of me, I, sense of self, sense of what is true is arising from. And you need to simply abide as that awareness. And please do so now while you're watching this video. Don't think about what is being said. Simply be aware. I am and I am aware are synonymous. Being, your emness, your isness, your aliveness, awareness are not conceptual. They are not thought made. They are the only fact. So the work that we do here is learning to disengage from our thinking, learning to let go of being so interested in the content of our thinking, the concepts, and simply redirecting that attention, that focus, that interest to this fact of being aware. Redirecting that attention away from thoughts to the knower of thoughts. Redirecting that attention from thoughts to the sense of identity, I am. Again and again, you will drift away into thinking, but your work is to continue to bounce off of your thinking to the knower of thinking. Turn your gaze from the thinking to the emness, the aliveness, the awareness, the sense of identity, the sense of being. When you continue to do this, automatically, gradually, your sense of identity will separate from the thinking. And still, when thoughts appear, it will appear to be me thinking. But you will no longer be blinded by what appears to be. You will see that that is only on the appearance level. It appears to be that way, but it's not that way. And this you will be clear about. You will not get your sense of identity mixed up with the thinking. You will start to see clearly that I am, and the thinking that appears in my awareness, in my seeing, are separate. So I wouldn't worry about, hey, some feel like thoughts and some feels like thinking. This is just another sort of mental confusion. This is just a mind creating more problems for you. And it's saying, hey, let's go on this journey of figuring this out and differentiating between the two so that I can further advance in this practice. But that's not the case. That is just more thinking that you are identifying with and going in a conceptual direction. If you keep doing this, if you keep just following your thoughts, pursuing your thoughts, thinking will just continue to reinforce the same paradigm. Thinking will continue to reinforce the confusion, the doubting. Thinking will keep your sense of identity mixed with the thinking. This is why it's important to, in moments of practice, wholeheartedly let go of interest in even these types of concerns and even these types of questions, and simply return to paying attention to attention itself, to your sense of being, to what you here and now in this moment feel like self. There's a feeling of self. There's a feeling of me. There's a feeling of I am. That's not a thought. Any thought that arises, once again, you acknowledge, I am aware of it. Return to the I am aware. Don't keep saying to yourself, I am aware, I'm aware, because that's also thinking. Just turn your attention, turn your gaze, turn your interest to the awareness, to the emness, to the aliveness. Please do this here with me now. You are this open field of awareness, which is not anything that you are aware of. It is not a thought. You are not a sensation. You are not a feeling. You are not a sound. All of these are things you are aware of, objects you are aware of. You are turning your gaze to the very knowing of them, to the self that knows, which is yourself, you. It brings you to a conceptless, thoughtless awareness. Conceptless, thoughtless beingness. Here, what you are referring to as thoughts versus thinking, both are absent. All ideas are absent. Your whole story about who you are, where you come from, what you like, what you don't like, all of that is absent. The whole concept of past and future is absent. It is just now. The nowness of your being. The nowness of your selfhood. The nowness in which all that you call life appears. This is the dimension which you need to get to know more, that you need to spend more time in. Timelessly spend time in the now, in this nowness, in this beingness, in this identity. And this is the way, my friend, to automatically unmix your sense of identity, your I am, from the thinking which appears to be you. This is the doorway to wisdom, clarity, understanding. You just began meditating. This is what you need to do. You sit down twice per day for 20 minutes each. Only with this practice, continue to return to your emness, continue to return to your aliveness, your awareness. Forget about everything else. Let everything melt in the power of your presence. And in this absence of concepts, you will grow in understanding. You will mature and ripen in understanding. Can you allow it to be this simple? That is my invitation to you. Do you have questions about this any further? Please post them down below. Every week I select a few questions to answer in these videos. What's going to really help you with this further is my self-inquiry guide. You can get it for completely free. I'll leave the link down below. It's a PDF document that's really going to help you go deeper into this. And if you need help with this, I am currently running an 8-week program that's really going to help you deepen your practice day by day. And the best part is you get to do this work alongside a very loving and supportive community, which are all going through this course together. So you can learn more about that if you're interested in the description box below as well. Please like this video if it brought you value and subscribe to this channel for more videos on this. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.